careful.
Let me shut the door. Okay, we're going to settle in and get ready to start our gentle yoga class. So if you're at home, get your sturdy chair and just sit down and relax. Let your chair take your weight. We'll have just a moment to separate the busyness of before to now. So we won't change anything to begin with. We're just going to relax. And then we'll start to notice how we're feeling in just a moment. Now notice your body. Do a little scan from head to toe. How are you feeling today? Are there any places where you feel pain? Are you feeling any stress or tension in any parts of your body? You can close your eyes for this part if that feels comfortable to you. Otherwise, just gaze at the floor and then let your eyelids soften and soften the place between your eyebrows. Take the tongue off the roof of your mouth. Now notice your breath. Does it feel smooth or forced, relaxed or stressful? And then just take a moment to acknowledge anything that you might have on your mind right now, good or bad. And if you feel a need to set it aside at any point, you can always refocus on your breath, focus on the movement, and try to just take a break from that. And now we'll start to change the breath. We're going to inhale through the nose, if possible. If not, of course, you can inhale through your lips. Letting the breath come deep down into your belly. You can place your hands there if that's helpful, so that you can feel your belly expand. And then you'll slowly exhale, either through the lips, as if you're blowing out a candle, or through your nose. And if you're feeling especially hairy today, you might even just give that a sigh, and that seems to release a little more pressure for me. So we'll repeat that at your own pace. Inhaling, letting the belly expand. Exhaling slowly, aiming to have about a 4 to 5 count exhale. Now we're going to move into our stretching and strengthening. And remember, no pain and no strain here. You can make any movement you want. So if I'm doing something that isn't comfortable for you, you can make any other move, or you can just breathe and take a little break from that move. So we're going to start out just a little bit differently today. I think I'm just going to start with a slow jog, and we'll kind of warm up the lower body first. And of course, we're moving our arms too. So we're getting some movement in the upper body. Good. And now we'll do a little airplane. Side to side. Now we're going to stop with one arm up, and we're going to really reach up like you're reaching for the stars. And then reach down like you're reaching through the floor. So you're so tall and long. And then we're going to lean toward that lower arm, keeping both of your sits bones on your chair, both of your glutes on your chair. And you can look down, look at me, or look up under your elbow, whatever feels best to your neck. And remember to breathe. Opening up the side of the body to begin. Now we're going to inhale up and exhale down. And again, stretch as long and tall as you can get, like a big giraffe neck. And then we'll lean toward that lower arm. Then we'll inhale up. Let's turn the palms away from one another so the backs of the hands are together, and then we'll slowly exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to do a little circling. So we're just going to do a small circle in your chair. We'll inhale forward, exhale back. And you can put some movement into your lower spine here, if that feels good to you. I mean, just put as much movement into it as feels good. So inhaling forward, exhaling back. And then we'll reverse. And then we'll let our circles get smaller and smaller until we're seated upright again. Then we'll go into a little seated cat-cow. We're just going to place our hands lightly on the thighs, and then we'll bring the chest forward to inhale, lift the chin. And then we'll exhale and curve the spine in the other way. This is cat. Inhale to cow. And exhale to cat. Really blow out all that air. And one more time, we're going to just pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll go back the other way and pulse. Good. And then sit back up, take a good deep breath, and we'll do some shoulder rolls. And reverse. And I'm going to lift the shoulders up to the ears, up and down several times. Remember to keep breathing. And then we're going to open up, inhale, and then exhale into a hug. Open up, inhale, close with the other arm on top. And then we'll repeat that 2 times, once with each arm on top. Good. Now we'll release and let's work on our necks a bit. So let's just start with a gentle circling of the neck. It can be very small if that's what you need right now. Mine's not going to circle very big. It's pretty tight from looking at my computer. And then we'll reverse. If that makes you dizzy, you can just go right on to the next thing, which will be nodding. We're just going to nod. Yes. And then we'll do no. So looking from side to side. And then bring your chin to your chest and just feel the good stretch in the back of your neck. Remembering to breathe. And then come to face me. We'll let the ear come toward the shoulder on the same side. And extend the arm that you're leaning away from. You might reach up and massage those muscles in your neck and shoulder, or you might place a little weight across your head. That helps to stretch some of those tight muscles. And then we'll release, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And then release. Now we'll scoop up, so we're just bringing the arms forward, leaning forward, inhale up. Turn the palms to the back of the room, and then exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's repeat that. Now bringing the arms about shoulder height, palms down. We'll do some small circles. Now let's flip the palms over, palms up, and reverse. Now fingertips to shoulders and some big circles. And reverse. Now we're going to bring the arms down and we'll do mountain pose. So we're going to start with the feet, just kind of be like you're gripping the ground with your feet, and then feel that tension in the muscles come all the way up your leg, into your pelvic girdle and glutes, up through the chest, but not the neck and the face. Those will stay nice and soft. Then we'll squeeze the hands. So we're going to inhale and squeeze everything, almost like you're lifting off your chair. And then exhale to release. And then repeat. One more time. Very nice. Let's go on back up and do our weight machine. We'll inhale and then squeeze in front on the exhale. And then we'll conduct our orchestra. Good. And now if you need to, just do a couple shoulder rolls and maybe let your shoulders loosen back up. Very nice. And we're going to move down to the low body again. So we'll do just a little bit of a jog again. I'm just going to wake my computer back up while you all are doing that. I'm typing the password in wrong. It'll be okay. All right, let's go into some jumping jacks. So you have some choices here. You can go for the full-on jumping jack, or you can do one leg and the other leg. You can do one side and do the other side. So you get to choose, but let's go ahead and get some jumping jacks in. All right, good. Take a deep breath, and we'll start into our leg lifts. So extending one leg and keeping a micro bend in your knee. It just isn't locked. And you can even do this with your knee bent if you choose to do it that way. And we're just going to lift and lower. And it doesn't matter how high you lift, and just as long as you're moving it toward being off the ground. Now let's switch legs. Other leg. And then we're going to go into hinge and cross. Here, this is another place where you can choose. We're doing kind of a sit up with a twist. So you can lift your leg or not lift your leg. You can just hinge forward if that's more comfortable to your back. So you get to choose here. Well, I'll do several on one side and then switch to the other side. Okay, switch. Good. And you can loosen your side up again if you want to do that. All right, we're going to sit back into our chairs and we'll do staff pose first. This is like mountain pose, so we're going to engage all the muscles and squeeze and then the legs on the exhale. And repeat. Release. This time we'll bring the legs up and we're going to point and flex. And then we're going to circle. And reverse. And then we'll bend the knees for just a little rest. And bring them back up. Point your toes, and we'll do some scissors. And then we'll release down. Let's scoot out, and we'll do another round of leg lifts and hinge and cross. Other leg. And now we'll do hinge and cross, whatever variation you choose. I'll do the full on side to side for you to follow. And if you were just doing one side, go ahead and switch to the other. Good. And now if you need to loosen up again, feel free. All right, now we're going to go into our warriors. So turn to face over one side of your chair. I'm just going to take a little sip of water. We're going to extend the leg that is closer to me behind you. Your toe will be down, your toes will be down, and your heel will be up. So the knee that you're facing, the leg that you're facing is just a bent knee. Yeah, and then the other one is this. And we'll point the tailbone toward the floor so that we aren't overextending the low back or the chest. And we're going to inhale our arms up into warrior one, and then exhale down into a tricep dip. And we'll repeat the tricep dip several times. And now when your arms are overhead again, we're going to windmill them down. So your body's going to kind of pivot toward me. Extend the leg that was closer to me before, if that is comfortable to your back, your knee, your hip. That's kind of at a 45-degree angle. So you're looking at me, but you're facing me, but you're looking out over your fingertips. Ribs are stacked over hips. And you're really stretching like you're trying to reach both walls, the one in front and the one behind. And you're breathing. Now we're going to flip the front palm so it faces up and then tip back. This is Peaceful Warrior. We'll move back down, Warrior 2. And now let the front arm come just above your knee, palm facing up. Look behind you and pretend to draw a line down the wall, across the floor, and then up the other wall until you've got a nice long line from fingertip to foot. And you're breathing. This is side angle stretch. And now we'll move out of that pose the same way that we came into it. So we'll be back up in our strong warrior two. And then come to face me in horse pose. The knees are apart and the fingertips are above the knees and pointing in between the legs. And we're going to bring one shoulder down into the space, look over the shoulder. Then we'll raise up and do the same thing on the other side. And then you can just repeat this at your own pace. You can hold or you can move more quickly in between. This one, get some good twisting in there. It's stretching the low back, it's stretching the upper back, the shoulders. It's a great one. And then when you're ready, let's stop here and do a little bit more for the shoulders. We're going to bring the arm across, or you can bring a bent arm, whichever you prefer. So you're just going to use your other arm or hand to press in on the arm that we're stretching. So you're going to feel some stretch in the shoulder, and you're going to look over the shoulder that you're working. And remember to breathe. And then we're going to release and do the same thing on the other side. And then release. Now we're going to go to the other side of our chairs and repeat the warrior sequence. So extending the leg that's closer to me, toes down, heel up, tailbone pointed toward the floor. Inhale up, exhale into tricep dips. Now when your arms are up overhead again, in Warrior One, we're going to windmill down to Warrior Two. Looking out over your fingertips, ribs are stacked over hips. Now we'll flip the front palm, tip back, peaceful warrior. Then moving back down to Warrior Two. Bringing the forearm above the knee, looking behind you and drawing that imaginary line. And then extending so long from your fingertip to your foot. Opening that heart. And then we'll move with our breath to come back out of that into that strong Warrior Two. Good. Now come to face me. We're going to do one more round of our hinge and cross, and then our leg lifts, and we'll start stretching everything out. So here we go. First, the hinge and cross this time. And other side. Good. And now we will start to stretch. No, we're going to do our leg lifts. Sorry, I got a little bit lost there for a second. Leg lifts. Oh. It's hard to talk and think and speak at the same time and move. Now let your heel rest, keeping the knee with a tiny bend. We're going to inhale to sit up nice and straight. Then we'll exhale to hinge out, feeling a stretch in the hips, feeling a stretch from the heel through the hip. And then when you're ready, you can slowly come back up, and we'll hug that knee into the chest. And while you're here, you can move around if you like and kind of massage your glute. You can circle your ankles, you can point and flex, just any of those things that you want to do there. And then when you're ready, we're going to cross this leg over. You can cross it low toward the ankle, or you can cross up above the knee. And you're going to be feeling a stretch in the hip of the leg that's crossed over. If you want to extend that stretch, you can hinge forward like we did in the last stretch. Remember to breathe, and you're keeping this top foot flexed, and that protects your knee.
No.
And then when you're ready, we're going to slowly come back up. We'll place that foot down, and we're going to repeat that sequence with the other leg. So we'll just lift and lower first. Now let your heel rest. Keep your micro bend. We'll inhale to sit up nice and straight. Exhale, hinging forward.
No.
When you're ready, you can slowly come back up. And now we're going to cross. Now we're going to hug. Thank you, Doris. It's not coming right here at the moment. We're going to hug. Oh, do anything with your foot that you want to do there. And then when you're ready, you can cross over wherever it's comfortable for you. And this side may feel different than the other side. That's totally normal. So take that good deep breath. And if you want, you can hinge forward. When you're ready, you can slowly come back up, and we'll place that foot back on the floor. All right, and so we're going to do a last twist and eagle arms to stretch the shoulders and the upper back. So we'll start here. We're going to inhale, exhale to twist. And the front hand comes to the outside of the opposite knee. Twisting's really good for your digestion. And then when you're ready, you can come back around, cross the back arm over the front. So we're all crossed here. We're going to bend the elbows. And then you can touch the backs of your hand together, or you can twist up into a little pretzel into eagle arms. Either way is okay. So you're feeling a good stretch between your shoulder blades and the top of your shoulders. You can experiment with how high you're holding your elbows. That can be wherever you want it to be. Remember to keep breathing. And then we're going to inhale and lift the shoulders up. Exhale to curl down into your lap. Unwind and really let all the air out. And then when you're ready, you can inhale up. Turn the palms to face the back of the room. And then exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to start and do the same thing on the other side. So good inhale. Exhale to twist. And then we're going to move back around, cross over. We're going to bend the elbows. And then again, you can touch the backs of the hands, or you can wind up. We're going to inhale up. Exhale to curve down into your lap. Then we'll unwind, reach toward the ankles. Inhale up. Let the palms face the back of the room. And then exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, settle back into your chair. Oh, no, one more thing. I forgot the sunshine pose. Woo! All right, put knees apart. I'm going to reach forward. Inhale up. You'll be like this Sunday too, Olivia. Exhale slowly. And then we're going to sit back in our chairs now.
I'm going to get placards or something. It's because I'm
Cue cards. Everything's out of whack today. Oh, so we're relaxing in our chairs again now. Thinking of the way we started class, but now we're more relaxed. We've moved out a lot of that tension that's in your body. Before you get really quiet, if you need to make any kind of movement, like to loosen your neck back up or your anything, you can move it. Move what you need to move, or squeeze it and get the tension out, and then just release everything. Get still in your chair. Let your chair take your weight. Rest the place between your eyebrows. Take the tongue off the roof of your mouth so your jaw can relax. Settle back into those long breaths. Slowing down your heart rate. When you're ready to reawaken your body, there's no rush. You can rest as long as you like here. But when you're ready, you can begin by wiggling your fingers, and then hands and feet, and then just move toward the core of your body, just waking everything back up. And we will reach up really tall. Inhale. Exhale down into a nice hug for yourself. And while you're here, give thanks for your body. And say something kind to yourself. Just anything that you need to hear today. I've really loved having you all here today. When you're ready, you can just give yourself a final little squeeze and release. Namaste. Namaste. So good to see all of you. I'll see you back at 1 o'clock next week. And I'll take your feedback next week.
Next week is Labor Day.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. In 2 weeks we'll be back. Labor Day's next week, and we'll continue at 1 throughout September. But unless I hear complaints, we'll move to 11:30 in October after Apple Day. Okay. Have a good afternoon,
You can survive the
everyone.
yellow jacket.
Yes. Oh my goodness.